And this is how we do it. And this is how we do it on the Donna Smith Show. On the Donna Smith Show. And this is how we do it. And this is how we do it on the Donna Smith Show. On the Donna Smith Show. Yes, yes. Welcome everyone to the Donna Smith Show, Grown Folk Table Talk on July 2nd. How are you? We did have another panel member on, and I don't know, they disappeared on us, but perhaps, they coming back. Let me change the views right quick. Perhaps they coming back, which is Benjamin Smith. And I'd like to say, hey, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. You know, Cordell, I want to thank you for showing up tonight. Benjamin Smith is trying to connect. We have a few people that may or may not be here. One of the big challenges was when to do the show, today or tomorrow, because this is a holiday weekend and people have festivities and barbecues. And I wish y'all save me some links or something. If you out there grilling it up, make a grill a plate. I hear some little something going on. But anyway, welcome everyone to the Donna Smith Show Table Talk on a Sunday. And what we do before we get started is to let you all know that we are here to bring you some grown folk stimulating talk. We talk about topics that are not scripted. They are right off the top of the head, and we have a great time. Your feedback is definitely accepted. So on the YouTube live, please don't hesitate to chat in. Also, anybody who would like to be a part of the Zoom, let us know. The link is out there. And this is what we do every Sunday. And we are not intending to offend anyone by what we do discuss. If anything is not for you, please just pass that topic on by, but stay tuned because we always do kind of entertain you with something that's really great and grand along the way that's probably going to pique your interest. Okay, so I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. We do get started with a toast. I don't know where Ben is. He's on froze, but Cordell, you and I can toast. I got my little HTO jug tonight. Actually, I should have got some more water because I'm about to go dry. One thing I did want to remind each and every one of you is that, you know, we are having some very hot temperatures, especially here in California. Over the last few days, it's been triple digits in some areas where Cordell live, where I live. We've been getting 103, 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees. In California, that's hot for us. You know, some other places y'all live at 120 is probably the norm, but we ain't. If you in triple digits out here in Cali, you're baking, okay? You are literally baking. So, and especially if you from the Bay Area, like Frisco, and it gets a little better in Oakland and Richmond and Berkeley and all that. It gets a little warmer, but Frisco, that's what Cordell and I is from originally. And we know about, I'm gonna tell you, Friday I had to drive to Daly City to my uncle's funeral. And just going across the bridge and all the traffic and driving, and you're going through Frisco a little and you go Daly City. And soon as you get out there, man, going past Ceremony, man, I was like, wow. It was fog rolling off the bouncing off the houses that's all stuck like this. Now, I ain't trying to talk about my hometown, but once you move away and you get used to some stuff, spread it out some, and you go back there to visit, the houses is like this. And then the fog is just rolling off. And I'm like, I had just came from almost 100 degrees where I was from. And I get over there and it's fall. I say, see, I love the Bay Area over that way, but man, I can't live over there no more. Just because of that. It is extremely temperature change. You going across the Bay Bridge you will see a terrible difference. And that's one of the things that sold me about back in the day moving from Frisco to Oakland was I loved the weather when I came over there. Yeah. I was like, man, it's warm. It was all kinds of folks of color. It was just a whole different type of thing going on, right? And I was feeling it. I think that was the first time I had seen Black Christmas cards.
Yeah, these back then in the 80s was real big.
I saw Christmas cards with Black folks and Santas and stuff. And I was like, oh my God. Because, I mean, I was from the ghetto part, and then my mom escalated me up to the ritzy part. And when I was about 13, I went up to Diamond Heights, Twin Peak area, and it was different. We was like only a few of us Black folks up there. And you go down the hill, the Castro, and the buses to get down Market, and everything was so sunlighty, brighty, you know what I mean? And it wasn't no Black Christmas cards.
No, you go in that Safeway, you ain't gonna see no Black people.
When my mom used to send me to the Safeway on top of the hill up there, Twin Peaks.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that one, man. Yeah. Talk about $5 Friday. She would have her list, and that was her Safeway, and I didn't really know the Safeway that good. So when I would come over to visit, and she started getting a little ill, she would have her little list and send me up there. Then get mad at me because I couldn't find stuff. I would be coming back with something totally different sometimes, and she would be fussing and everything. But she loved that Safeway up there. And it was just folks skipping around, no disrespect. It was a lot of skippity stuff going on. And I'm like, I done came from Oakland, right? Yeah. I mean, I barely found a Safeway in Oakland. I think it was one down by the lake, right on Lake Shore. I think it was a Safeway down there.
Yeah, there's a Safeway, or used to be on the Lake Shore and Grant.
Right. And now that I think about it, I mean, do you recall a Safeway somewhere else in Oakland? That's the only one.
I think
one down by Upper Broadway.
Yeah.
Not far from Kaiser. Yeah. There's a Safeway. It's there now. It's a Safeway right off of Broadway up there, and it's the one by the lake, and that's pretty much it. We had Lucky's, we had Pack and Save, we had, what's that other little one? The little cheap one store. Anyway, we had all these kind of budget stores, really though. And so when I was over there with the ritzy Safeway, I'm like, Mom, I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't do it. But I did the best I could. And even now, like last week or 2 weeks ago, I went up to Safeway here in Fairfield on a Friday, and it brought back so many memories because they had all the $5 sales. And I just remember I used to do that for my mom. And there I was walking around looking for them $5 deals myself, And I tell you.
In the seafood department, you get scallops for $5, a pound for $5, or sometimes shrimp for $5. So.
Yeah, you get some good little deals sometimes. Paper towel, toilet paper,
right? Yeah,
all kinds of stuff you start to get. But anyway, we got off track with that. I wanted to welcome everyone tonight, and if there's anything that John is kind of in mute. Ben is in mute. I'm trying to wait until
No,
these
I
fellas
wasn't waiting.
come.
I was waiting for you to finish. I,
Oh, okay. And Ben, are you waiting for me to finish too?
I had to switch to my phone because my computer, this god dog security is doing this thing.
Okay. Well, I don't know what was okay. Let me turn up my volume a little bit. But where's my volume at? Here we go. I need to get me some more batteries for my mouse because it's going out on me. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to know. I know. Wait, let me turn up this volume. I know that you guys have had a wonderful weekend. I'm pretty sure. And I just wanted to know if there's anything you wanted to share about your weekend thus far. I know Ben, when he get back on, he had a few things that he went to. Cordell, you do anything that was
No, I stayed inside where it's cool. Make sure the AC's running.
You know, and that's a trip because I had a few people that was like, aren't you going? I think I had a few people. Yes. I had a few people that was going to the fair in Pleasanton. Okay. And you know, it'd be hot as heck out there. I haven't been there in a while, but I was like, I can't do that one, you know, and I mean, with a little air on and just being in the house with a couple of fans maybe, and, you know, like that, and the blinds closed and stuff, I'm good.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather do that than just be out in it, you know?
Yeah. How many times have you been to the fair though, you know? Yeah. So it's really either you go to see a live act that's performing at the fair or you stay home. But when it's hot like this for me, I'll pass. I want to be comfortable. Yeah. I can't be comfortable sitting around 108-degree weather. So
no. And I'm thinking, I'm just the fact of walking around in that heat and you're thirsty as heck. So you're buying everything you can to drink on, right? Everything is expensive. And then trying to ride one of these roller coasters that's gonna turn you upside down. I'm good. Okay. Yeah. I was like, you know, and then standing in them long old lines, waiting in the heat, and oh Lord. I say, y'all go head on. It was the kids and grandkids. And I say, y'all just, you know, take plenty of pictures. Take plenty of pictures and send to me. Cause I ain't doing
I always say it's good to have options. So the options for me to stay there, stay home, get out in the heat, nobody do that to stay home. So
explain to me why people complain when it's wintertime and it's cold, and then when it get to be summertime, it's 100 degrees. They complain and say they want to stay in the house.
I'm not complaining. Well, I'm not complaining either way. I like it when it's cold. I like it when it's hot.
I kind of like that weather. It was 100 and something. Shoot, it felt like a little sauna outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ben.
A nice little heat from the top and the bottom. It's like, damn, this is pretty. I just didn't expect it. It's just unexpected.
How long was you outside?
Oh man, about 10 minutes. Okay. 10, 15 minutes.
All right. You summed it up for me then. You wasn't out there for longer than 10 minutes.
Oh, but I was gonna travel. You know, I went all the way out there knowing what it was. You know, I put my shorts on and had my hat, you know, but I knew we were going to Insta. I don't know if I would go to the farmers market or nothing, but I don't know. I mean, I could see walking around that and stuff. You know, you probably a lot of traffic you can avoid because most of the people are in-house.
So the thing you do when temperatures rises like that, because last year was I think it was 16 days straight plus degrees. So you do your work or your business early before 1 o'clock. By that time, you back inside being comfortable, not in the heat. So just
Yeah.
pick your spots, you know, decide what you want to do. But yeah, about 10 minutes, 20 minutes is all you can stand. After that, this gets unbearable. But
We was out there, and then we go out there to pick up stuff that we can't get here. Like I got some Arby's. We can't have Arby's out here no more. And like we got some Cracker Barrel. They was all crazy about the
Oh,
Cracker
he's
Barrel.
talking about out in Sac. He was able to
yeah,
get.
They got
referring
restaurants that
to,
we don't have. Yeah, we don't
right.
have those out here in the Bay.
Yeah, they got some
We
good
was
little
doing that kind of
spots
stuff.
out there, and
Yeah.
the Sac gets extremely, it gets warmer than where I'm at, and it gets warm where I'm at. So it's
Yeah,
just
it was a lot of.
bit much.
I was surprised. I just didn't realize they had so many people that was under the influence.
Well, this is
It was
under the
shocking.
influence weekend. That's why they have so many checkpoints and police out, because people are out celebrating, setting bombs, cherries, everything off, and having their little parties,
Oh,
and
well, yeah, these people wasn't under that kind of, they was under the influence, like, that like the influence with their lifestyle. And I talk about people that just doing it on the
Trouble.
weekend.
Yeah, you're referring to our homeless population, like every other major city has.
Oh man, yeah, it was homeless under they was high, and yeah, I was just like, wow, okay, a lot of people walking around, a lot
you
of people
must have
from the
been.
Caucasian persuasion,
Were you on the South Side?
I was on both sides. I went from one side to the other side, and I still seen kind of the same thing. I didn't realize,
Really,
the way it was. So
it doesn't matter where it's at. What
yeah,
matters is that we all have a problem. Every city has gained these problems. It's really mental health and drug addiction. So we don't know what to do to combat it. Years ago, we had methadone programs, we had outpatient centers, we had all that stuff. But now it's like a free fall. Just we don't care, But when it starts to have homeless encampments right out in front of City Hall, becomes a big issue. When it's right out in front of your face and you can see it, you got to address it. So you got to take notice.
Yeah, that was just an eye opener for me, and then I was out there for a sex trafficking seminar, and they were talking about how many underage kids they have out there on the street selling their bodies, and 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds. And I mean, it was just, and then we're having a big problem here in our area where people just being abducted. They not even being groomed to be in the life. They just snatching them off the street. So, it's a lot of things going on in these communities right now. And, it just doesn't seem like it's a incident, like something just happened. It's like a lot of these things are plans. The drug situation, where they just strung out all these people, and the sex trafficking where, even people from higher above are dealing with it. They're talking about the numbers of, about $40 billion a year industry, 130 billion dollars around the world. It's girls and boys and middle school students and high school students, and people's kids getting caught up and being tried with crimes and stuff, and
Wow.
challenging it. It's just a lot. It's a lot of things that are coming against these communities that are highly populated, and then to come to find out now, the big thing is they're prostituting the girls from the rich neighborhoods. The little white girls is getting turned out here. So it's like, wow, I mean, how is all this stuff happening? And there's not even an alarm being drawn with that. They just talking about the shootings. They're not even talking about the sex trafficking and the people just being abducted. So yeah, I was out there for that, man, but it was just eye-opening. Every corner we was going, every place we was going, folks, I was thinking there's a affluent area right there near the little Cracker Barrel, and lady walk across the street with a sleeper blanket and hardly any. I said, damn, just it's just in the middle of the street. I'm like, wow, it's
everywhere.
bad, man.
No matter where you go now, it's everywhere, Ben.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, brother. I just, so
Yeah, it is.
and that's the
everywhere.
capital. That's the capital city of the state of California.
It doesn't matter.
So if they can't handle it there, they can't handle it nowhere.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they sure don't.
Any major city, you got a problem. And not only just being dumped off from city to city, but what seems to happen is that every major city has a homeless problem. Nobody seem to really find adequate housing in their areas, so they become homeless. But there's no way to make sure that they're not. But some people would say, well, they don't want help. They want to live on the street because there's too many restrictions for them to abide by to be unhoused. But really, they don't want to be captured by really the government. The government has a tendency to really override human behavior to the point where it's not benefiting the government. They're not going to be happy. So either way it goes.
Yeah. And it's true. I mean, what can you do? Like Cardell says, it's everywhere. It's happening everywhere. And to clean it up, to stop it. I mean, I just was reading something about a big drug bust at the Oakland airport or something. And they had meth, fentanyl, cocaine, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's getting in here. It's getting in here. And it's everywhere. And even in some of the ritzy areas that they call ritzy areas, it's not just in the ghetto areas, it's everywhere. Because it's people of different statuses that's addicted and that's using this stuff.
I don't even think it's really I don't even think you can call it a ghetto anymore. I mean, it's so many. Just like I was looking at that in Sacramento, and the lady was even telling me about that as she was driving me around. It's like I would ride down neighborhoods and you see houses all done up nice and stuff, and then house just all broke up, no had nothing. You like, man, this economic thing is everywhere. It's not like you just ride around the street. We was across the street from it was at a library. You look across the street, open field, people out there with their tents. And it's like you in the middle of certain areas. I don't even think you can call it ghettos or urban anymore because it's just everywhere. Especially in California. It's just, you can ride 20 minutes from here and say, oh, I'm in a risky and go near a couple of parks and stuff. People out there sleeping. They living out there.
Right. See, so there's two sides to every city. There's a side that you see, there's another side that they always want to promote that's bad. But it's really the responsibility of the city in a whole, in its entirety, to say, hey, we got a problem. Let's try to fix it, instead of just saying, hey, you stay in that corner, I'll leave you over there. Don't bother me. It's going to be okay. Don't work that way. Don't work.
All this has been is old. It's all
Yes,
old.
it's real old.
All old. The only reason why it's being, you see it more and it's being talked about more because it was outside of what we call the ghetto or the urban areas. What it struck out, that's why Nancy Reagan, the war against drug was because when they started doing crack,
Right.
that was the only reason it was a war against drugs, because they start their kids and nieces and nephews and stuff was getting, and husbands and wives was getting high.
Mhm.
And then they come with all this trying to rehabilitate folks and things like that. That was because other than that, that's the drug usage and and all this coming in has always been there. It always been there. It's
Mhm.
just that because theirs, now it's like it's get some help. And then when it's theirs who attacking their money, now it's fight against each other. If they're not invested into the drug game, but their money on however they're making their money is being disrupted by it, then they're gonna speak.
Mm.
Look at some of them folks that kill their own wife behind their money.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
playing. You
Yeah.
know, when it comes to
Yeah.
their money, they'll team up against you. But when it comes to their money, they'll fight each other.
They do it all
Mhm.
the time.
Every
So,
time. Every time. And it's I mean it's a sad game, but it's a reality. And like John says, it's been going on. It ain't just started.
and you do got clients who refuse to go home.
Right.
They don't want to be involved in any, some do not want the responsibility. When we do outreach, they don't want it. Here's a unit for you. They don't want it. They rather take the less amount of GA that they get, the minimum $60.
Mm-hmm.
They rather take that than be able to have a little more. Because when you say, well, you're going to get more on the other end because you'll have this unit, and that's to help pay for the rent. Oh, I don't want to give them my money. It ain't your money. This money is being given to you. And not only that, you're going to still end up with a place to live and more money in your pocket and probably options to uh, um, action on more benefits, services
Mm-hmm.
rather. But,
Absolutely.
and they flock to certain cities because the benefits are greater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Well, it's just a cruel reality, and hopefully one day before getting worse, it'll get better. You know. Anything else to share? Anything else?
This is a
Everybody good?
question for you. What
Mm-hmm.
about the Supreme Court situation where they just killed affirmative action?
Hmm.
I mean, totally. So now it's not even on the federal level
Oh,
anymore.
whitewash Clarence Thomas.
Mm.
Mm.
He
But
act
he
Well,
like
wasn't the only one
he act
voting.
like, yeah, but you know what?
the
He
thing,
could have
go
he
ahead.
could have took a big stance with his voice. He has been Clarence has been pushing and favoring a lot of things that was going to lead to this. He
Mm-hmm.
act like he didn't get in on the first. I'm saying he wasn't smart, but affirmative action made some way for him. And this is all, it's just all part of the puzzle of everything that's going on.
Right.
Dealing with, look it, check this out. Why would you go to work? You're gonna go to work tomorrow, you're gonna be off Tuesday, then folks gotta go to work Wednesday.
That
They
don't
could
make that
they
didn't
could
make
have they
any
could have they
sense
could have
to me.
acknowledged it on Monday, like they do
Yeah.
a lot of the holidays.
It
Now some
made
of the holidays
no
they
sense.
keep the same. Christmas is always gonna be on that day, Thanksgiving, but but you still make arrangements where the next day or whatever is off. You still supply a day. But people don't realize, shoot, 4th of July, they could have made it on a Monday. They could put it right under the Uniform Act, that, what is it, that Uniform Monday Holiday Act or whatever. They could have put it right under that. That was the whole purpose of Memorial Day being on the way it is. Because
Well,
Memorial Day,
some gotta be done because next year is gonna be on a Wednesday. So
Mhm.
you're gonna be in the middle of the week with a holiday and working Monday, Tuesday.
because it's about government. It's federal. We know Memorial was around federal. See, Memorial was originally separated May 5th.
Mm-hmm.
That was original Memorial Day. They moved it to the 30th, but because they wanted to allow federal employees to have a 3-day weekend, that's why they decided on the last Monday of May.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually came up with an act called the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. And that was one of the things included. See how they took all the President days and combined them, put them on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Martin Luther King came later, but it's still acknowledged on the Monday, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they could have did the same thing with 4th of July for these next couple of years. It ain't gonna take away, but they have in their mind now that Juneteenth is a device to try to eliminate 4th of July when the two have nothing in common in that area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Wow.
and they celebrated, and the cold part is they celebrate when Juneteenth came about. Do you know they celebrated 4th of July on Juneteenth to
Yeah.
to kill it off? 1863 or whatever that is. Pay attention to your history. And now they try to say, oh, it's just a way to undermine 4th of July. No, them are two different holidays. African American, let's put it this way, Black folks was in slavery during 4th of July. So don't we're only acknowledging it as citizens, just like anybody else who come from another country and they come here and get their citizenship. They acknowledge it based on the citizenship. But we were enslaved when they got their independence
Independence.
from Britain, from England, Europe or whatever. You know? So let's understand. And we're talking about not just, it wasn't, because it really wasn't our independence. We didn't form our own country, our own states or whatever, form our own government. But it was the abolishment of slavery, the bottom line. But you will get drunk on Cinco de Mayo. You will actually try and probably call in the day of and the day after.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, I hate to say it. I know we're just having an open dialogue, but
Yes.
let's just we can all really agree that this world, before we was even born into it, was really divided. It's been divisive for a long time, and it's going to stay that way until we eliminate white supremacy in its entirety. Because white supremacy sees Black people as always going to be the underclass. No matter what we do as Black people, we'll always be seen as the underclass. So even if, we acknowledge Juneteenth as a day of reverence for independence, because everybody was told about the proclamation that, hey, you guys are now free.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, really, don't nobody want to even acknowledge slavery anymore. So that's a part of American history. Nobody wants to really talk about how American history came about. You want to eliminate it from a certain date and point in time to forget about all the things you brutally did to gain your foot in this country. So, even though we as Black folks can't really say we're making progress to the point where it's okay, no. We always say one thing and always agree to disagree on another. So once we get this one accord to say, hey, we got this one, I'll just call it commitment to agree on these, let's say the 10 steps that we should agree on, abide by, and stick to for a lifetime, and don't differ away from those 10 things that we would see as our legacy as Black people in this world of the United States, as we would call it. But something's got to happen to the point where the divisiveness has got to stop, to the point where you think that you're superior and you got an underclass that got to serve and bow down to you. It's not going to happen. So it's sad. We see it. We've seen it ever since we can remember. We're still seeing it, and we're still fighting for just human rights. Things are going backwards, just like you say about affirmative action. That's the plan. How many people are on the Supreme Court? Think about it. You had only 3 people that was saying, hey, nah, I don't agree with your vote. But you know what? There was really only 2 people of color that was saying, hey, we got to get more people on the vote process and not 100% conservative as white folks thinking about white folks.
Yeah.
Because to be having affirmative action is really just making sure that everybody have, let's say, a different opinion on their education. You can have, La Crosse or Latino studies, Black studies, Jewish studies, urban studies, any studies you want. It's up to you. But then again, you have all these different groups that you could tap into and say, hey, I need to know about your group. I need to know about your group. And when we start learning about each other's groups, we can understand each other better. No division would come of it. It's like, hey, I know you now. I understand what you're going through. I can relate to that. Without that history, you can't talk to nobody. They don't understand. They don't want to understand. Everything is based on past history. So you got a big problem. I don't know how you solve it.
Absolutely. Anybody else have anything to say about that? Cordell brought some very valid, interesting points to the table. John, Ben. Hello.
My mouth
I don't
thing,
know.
I was trying to, my mouth thing,
Right.
we got to understand affirmative action allows for opportunity. And I'm telling you, we're about to see, if you notice, all the big changes we've been seeing, even in big companies, hiring of Black CEOs and all this stuff, people of color in these places, you're going to see a big change. Because you're going to now affirmative action being moved, and the push. See, that was the cold part right there, because what they kept in our ear was about DEI or DIB, and
You
that was
say DIB?
DEIB.
Oh, DE. Okay.
I mean, they were just saying, they say always DEI, but DEIB, and so once you start saying, we don't have a reason now to give you opportunity, then that's another way around of saying, It's another way of trying to push. It's like an indirect way of being able to be discriminative.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a cold game because um, you got to look at the makeup of the Supreme Court. Then you have to think about who's appointing these people. What mindset do they have? And even though they're supposed to look at the law as law and not different, because you know the law is supposed to be blind. Doesn't matter which race or who you are, how much money you got, this and that, the other, but it does. So
Mm-hmm.
Supreme Court is always appointed by a president. The sad part is they're there for life. So they only leave because of two reasons. They either pass away or they physically say, I'm tired, I want to retire. But you have to understand the mindset of who you pick on the Supreme Court will dictate history going forward.
Mm-hmm.
We see it. You know, it started off with the abortion thing. Now you see it again. We're going to see it one more time. We're going to see it. Well, I would say in the next year, something else is going to pop up that's really would turn the tides on history.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I don't know what it would be, but yeah, I do.
We got it happening now. It starts with in the states. This is why voting is so important. People don't realize that your voice is your vote.
Yeah.
And so in these states, okay, let's just take. I'm gonna just take with well, I feel sorry for a woman in or whoever in Florida because that alimony thing he just passed is not gonna be happening. You only gonna get taken care of for so long. So you imagine if you've been with somebody for maybe 40 years, you ain't getting 40 years of nothing in return.
So how are they working that as far as percentage? Are they saying?
I was reading it and I forgot. I listened to this guy.
You may get half of the time.
No, I can't remember exactly, so I don't want to like say. I would have to look back at it. But it's just a point. You got all this going on. He even tried to convince the judge to throw out the Disney case that they got going on. Wait, these people had a right to file their case, and you trying to get them to, you're going against these rights. And, when they start making this stuff statewide, things like that, then you get other states on board. And because a lot of states just watching, really, they just watching him to see if he get it done. If he succeed, then they want to know how did he do it? Because they gonna do it too.
Yeah.
And once they get on like that and get to changing them colors, all that thing gets that because not everything gonna go to the courts unless it's just in a place to where it has to be brought because it interferes too much with the Constitution or what have you. The laws, amendments and what have you. But a lot of stuff they know their ways of looping within their state, what the state has a right to do and what have you. And that's what it comes down to. These folks are sitting up here and you're starting to see these mimicking things happening in these states. You have one shipped off there homeless, and then you start seeing other states start doing it. Once the first one did it and they came down on him when he shipped them people to Martha Stewart, well, I mean not Martha Stewart, Martha Vineyards and out towards this way, when you see the cold part, and then people start saying how he should have got this and got this. Once that died down, they let it go. Them other states started doing it because that means they illegally put people in a vehicle of whatever sort and move them somewhere without their permission.
Yeah.
That ain't human trafficking. I don't know what you call it.
Isn't that considered kidnapping? If you move somebody, wouldn't that be considered kidnapping?
It's just, well, I mean, we can, you know,
You
however
got a
they want to
point
call,
there, Ben.
but when you think about kidnapping, you got to think about snatching somebody up and you're taking them. But here we're taking these people, giving them whatever you so-called told them, but then you giving them a one-way trip. And then you putting them off into something. So it could be kidnapping, and whatever charges it is that come with the action, the point is it's illegal. But they watched this cat do it, and then them other states started doing it. They
The thing,
watching DeSantis, and and wherever he get going, they gonna mimic him. They just waiting to see how this DEI going. But one of their victories was the god dog affirmative action.
yeah, DeSantis, his thing was really the first time when that first group was sent to Martha's Vineyard, should have been cited, prosecuted right then and there. Shouldn't have been no ifs, no ands, no buts, because his actions were totally illegal. Everybody knows it. Any lawyer would tell you what he did was illegal, even if he crossed the state line or not. He just packed the people up and say, hey, you going here. You're leaving my state. It's just like dumping. It's just like saying, hey, I got.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It was dumping.
Yeah, it's just like it.
And that's what's been going on out here, dumping.
Everything. So it should be the point. As soon as that happened, it should have been, like I said, the law's a law. It should have been prosecuted. He's no different from anybody else, charging, booking, whatever. Because if I did that to somebody, it's kidnapping, crossing state line, I'm doing it something illegal, I'm trafficking, I would have got all kinds of charges.
Absolutely.
So, but now what is done it, what, 4 times, 5 times? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's not making sense at all. Wow. Well, let's move right along. Rome wasn't built in a day, so nothing's going to change overnight. That's for sure. But the facts is facts, right? It's what's going to be done about the facts. We don't know. And when has it ever been fair? I don't recall. Y'all recall when it's ever been fair?
No.
So, you got to just keep on pushing on.
Can't be fair to anyone else if you're not fair to your own.
That's true. That's true. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. So we don't know if it will be this lifetime, huh?
Sorry to say.
At least we don't know if we're going to be here to see it.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way this world is going, nobody might be here to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changing the game up.
We may all be gone, huh? I don't know. We don't know. But let's just pray that it be okay one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Are you guys ready for an inquiring minds want to know? Or is it too hot to have that tonight?
It's probably a good time to have it when it's hot.
I know JJ, if he was here, he would sure want that inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, that's the best part of the show.
I think we have a lot of best times of the show, but I think the inquiring minds is really it's so fun because
that's when we get them outside forces,
it's
things
so
that we never thought of.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see other people in life going through certain things. And that's why I like to talk about realness, because What more better is it than to keep it 100% real? But some of these scenarios, you just can't even imagine that it's happening, but it do. It do. And we all have had some stuff in our lives that we probably thought nobody else was going through either. I know everybody got a story in a book to write. They just ain't written the book. But everybody got a story to tell. Trust me. So, soon as Cordell gets back, we gonna get done to the reading of this one.
Go ahead. I hear you.
Oh, he hear me good. Okay, good. Okay, so this person was bringing forth a scenario. This is the scenario. Your man's best friend owns a massage business. And the word is he's wonderful at what he does. So you tell your dude that you want to try him out because the stress in your neck, shoulders, and back is unbearable lately. You would have to understand, you would have to undress, and he uses hot oil, stones, incense, and candles to relax you. Your guy is not good with his hands at all. He's too rough and knows nothing about massaging. So you definitely thought he would understand. He's not for this dude. He's not for this dude to knowing this dude and says that you are out of line for even asking him that kind of shish. Really? What is wrong with all this insecurity coming from him? My girlfriend says that I shouldn't and wouldn't like it if he did that to me with wanting one of my friends to caress his body. I'm confused and hell, my neck, shoulders, and back hurting. God. Business is business, right? What should I do?
Wow.
Now, so what she want to have it? She want to have it by herself?
No, she want to know. She want to get the massage from his friend that's so good and gifted with his hands and his business with massage.
So is it? He can't come. They have to have quiet time with just him and her together.
She didn't say that he could come or not come. It's just going to his friend that massages. I'm quite sure if he wanted to sit and watch, she wouldn't be objective to that.
He objected to the whole thing, so of course he's gonna be objected to watching. He already objected when he said,
doesn't want his friend.
Ask me that.
Her clothes has to come off for this full body massage.
Look at here.
And he got oils and incense and candles, and he's great with his hands.
Whatever.
And her back and shoulders and neck.
And her neck and her.
Ezekiel.
So Ezekiel. What's his name?
Ezekiel.
What'd you say, John?
He called him Ezekiel.
That's what she is. But, she talking about how her neck and back is hurting so much. And then business is business. But he's not the only business in town. So
there you go.
Let's just stop. If your neck hurt, if you didn't even know about this person, you was going to be going to somebody else anyway. So cut it out. Cut it out.
So you think okay, it's not the fact that she needs to go to a masseuse that will have her undress. It's the fact that he knows this guy and it's his friend.
Yeah, and he probably know more about the guy than she do.
Like
it's
he
just
one of those.
Like
I don't see nothing
wrong.
My
wife friend was giving massages, and I got it, and she said, "Well, I wouldn't want you to get a massage from her." And I wouldn't even, for one, I probably wouldn't bring it up because of the fact that is close to home, and it is a time that can a person can be vulnerable, or a person can be uh aggressive, or I don't want to say aggressive, but you know,
Choose your words
can
wisely.
move or operate
Have
with
wandering
intention.
hands.
Move and operate with intention.
Yeah.
But it's just a simple fact. Come on. I'll be wondering how old is these people for real?
Mm.
Because
It
I
sounds
just,
like they haven't lived enough, John.
yeah. Because like her friend said, if that was the opposite, come on, keep it real. Business is business.
It's some
No,
but it's
it
still some
sound
sick
good
people in
because
this
it's
world
your
though.
favor. It sound good because you want it to work in your favor. Business is business. Okay, yeah. Then him turn around and say, "Well, baby, business is business." She
Yeah, let
actually,
me get
she actually gave me
this
a.
porn star that does massages as well. Let me go on
She
and
actually gave me
get
one of
on her
them.
table.
What they
Let me
call it?
fly to Vegas because
And
she's only in Vegas
what they
and
call it?
get on her table so she can massage me.
Well, shouldn't it be
What they call it? An
about,
exciting ending or something?
shouldn't
What
it
they
be
call it?
about trusting your
A
partner?
happy ending.
Well, beyond trusting. Listen, come on, we got that part, but you should know that you don't want nobody. Well, okay, yeah, that's his friend and all, but just on the morality of the relationship, I'm not gonna have him do it. Oh, he good. I heard he good. And shoot, you can recommend him to your friend. Hell, but that don't mean that you have to, and if vice versa. If it was a woman, it was the only.
But
And
do
I
you
hear
think
how it's good.
he would be more open to the fact that he at least know this dude than for a stranger to be all touching on her like that?
It's
He
not
just
even
said it. He just
don't
said,
even matter.
"How the hell you gonna ask me that?" He just said it.
They
So
sick in the
that's
dome.
your answer right there. What you mean? Be more open to the friend. He gave you that. Hell to the who?
He said that she is out of line for asking him to let her go
Exactly.
to
So
his
He's
friend.
a damn
so
masseuse. What is that? I don't man.
I mean,
See, and then
what do you
people be
think, Ben?
upset. And people be upset after the folks go cheat on them. Then they be like, oh man, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it's gonna be. I watched the episode of Paternity Court because they be having them on TikTok. And this dude was he wanted his best friend to take a paternity test because he kept saying the kids look more like him than his best friend. It's a bunch of people in this world that say. Then when the paternity test came out and they was all his kids, then he crying like a baby and apologizing. But it's people that have sickness in their minds. They fabricate things that don't make no sense at all. And then it's like, okay, he's massaging her. Well, I don't want him to know certain parts of my woman because, well, you probably wasn't the first dude. You might not even been the fifth dude that tapped on your girl. So somebody know parts of her that you don't know. So why are you somebody giving her a massage and you oh, I can't believe you want him to do it. He got the best reputation unless he's one, because I know I seen one brother, man, was on Twitter and he kind of, his massage take him to the next level. They be, they get to the next level without him doing nothing but just massaging. So I don't know if that's the
it's
dude,
it's
you
not
know.
like it's just anybody. It's somebody specific. It's his
Yeah,
friend,
I don't want
and
that.
he
Yeah, I
and
don't want
he
that.
more he knows more about his friend than anybody else know.
He don't like it.
And he probably know. But the whole fact is, my thing is, I don't care, Cordell, you whatever. I wouldn't want y'all rubbing on my woman.
Yeah, that's a lot.
No.
That's foul.
Now
Especially when you
anybody
know
else.
me.
Anybody
So
else is somebody else. She go to a massage. Oh yeah, Rico Suave gave me a massage and everything. Okay, but me and
because he ain't
Rico
in your
don't
life.
kick it.
That's what you saying?
And I don't know about Rico. Now, if Rico made a
Okay.
move, then it's up to her to check that out of respect for the relationship,
Right.
and if that's where she stands, and vice versa. It's just like a man. Oh, happy ending. Just like a man.
Mm.
It's up to you to make that decision based on how you respect your relationship. But other than that, I'm kicking it. Okay, since we say, let's say his partner do give them type of massages, and he know what he doing. He rub on the thigh, and who knows what he do? Hell, let's say after he finish, hell, he probably go back, and after he finish with them, he probably go finish himself.
Well,
You know,
what if he's
but
not
I'm
like
just,
that?
but
What if
I'm just,
it's
yeah,
just a
but it
reputable
don't.
business?
I'm just saying, anywhere it go, if we're gonna say what if. I'm just saying, on any side of the table, if he is good, if he is this, but we're talking about a sensual thing. We're talking about, massages are sensual. Stop. And we're not
Mm-hmm.
talking about a medical doctor. If he was her OGBYN, is that right?
Mm.
Yes.
OBGYN, yeah.
OBGYN, yeah, I got it right. So,
Yep, yep.
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about someone who went to a holistic class. I took the holistic classes out the Marine. I thought I was going to be a masseuse. Bought me a table and everything. I was going to do some masseuse stuff on the side because
What
the
happened?
person who was giving me massages, she was the one recommending, who told me about the thing. And she said, yeah, you can do your little class here and this and this. This is a friend of mine. And because she was trying to get out, she had breast cancer and it was just too much for her, and her and her husband was kind of trying to take something, but still, the whole fact is you can go down there, go take your little thing and go get your thing. Some people go through school and they do like the physical therapy, different things of that nature. But the whole point is I know this person on a personal basis. There's actually, just like at my job, if I know your brother's brother, shoot, or whatever, it's a conflict of interest.
Mm. Okay.
Hmm.
No freak daddy, you know.
I guess there's a couple of ways you can look at this, and it just
Okay,
depends.
let's put it on the woman's side since we want to, let's be honest. Your friend who you kick it with all the time, and your dude, now she didn't say, your dude say, oh, I heard your friend be giving, I need to sit that up. I need to get her, give me a massage.
And
And you
give you that
know
look
how
too.
your
And he give
friend,
you that look
and,
too.
and
I need
he
her to
ain't even
give me
got,
that massage.
and you know how your friend get down.
And she have Nikki.
Oh,
Like one of them
we
friends,
all got
one of
some
them
of them
friends that
friends that got a
wear
little
that the
shade.
top and
Stop,
everything tight, and you like, oh
stop.
yeah, I want her to masseuse me.
If it's one
Come
of those
closer so I can
friends,
ask you a
if
question.
it's one of those friends, I get it. Yeah, it probably would be some reservations. But if my friend was just a reputable business person that did
It
a
could be a
certain,
reputable.
if she did a certain service well, and like my
Mm,
dude wanted to go get his feet done or something at
Oh
her.
well, oh Lord, we ain't talking about feet. We talking about getting butt booty naked, not naked feet. We talking
Putting them
about
hands on it.
putting,
Putting the hands on it.
If he
rubbing.
wanted to go get a massage by her and she had a massage
Okay,
business.
okay. He got a massage business. We ain't saying that they ain't got no business. They got a business. They got clients. They stay busy every day. But you know something about your friend that some of the other clients may know about them, and you gonna sit up there and be cool with it? Because just like dudes talk, girls talk about it, if not a lot more. Girl, I was massaging this guy, and girl, he sat up there and got like this and this, and I started to do it. Come on, stop it.
Well,
Stop it.
it could go
She
that
was
way,
about to
and
So,
it
she was
could.
okay,
about to
so
handle her business.
let's say, let's
He got
say,
I
let's
rubbed him in that certain spot,
that's a
and all of a sudden
possibility.
it rose.
Just
I
say you
mean, if
got
my girl was a stripper
who
dancer
should.
and my guy
Oh
goes down to the
God.
joint that she dances at, I mean, what I'm supposed to tell him he can't go watch her dance?
But
Oh my
Donna,
God.
if
Just stop.
that same stripper came to your house and said, "I'm doing this dance for your husband in your living room,"
Privately. No,
you and
privately.
yeah, okay,
I may
privately.
hire her for his birthday.
Oh, see. And you gonna
Um,
be there? You gonna be there?
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Okay, we ain't saying
Thank
that
you.
because we talking about butt booty naked in just the room with just them two people. Stop
Adana
it.
say she don't
Stop
share
Why
though.
it.
do why does it have to lead to somebody doing something wrong just
No,
because
we
they
didn't
want to
say
get a
nobody was
That's
doing
service?
not wrong.
wrong.
You
We
make
didn't
your
say
own rules
doing
as
nothing
you go.
wrong. Nobody's saying
Ain't
it's
nobody
gonna
say you was wrong.
okay.
I'm just saying how they get down.
I
Some
mean,
people
why
just
Mm,
does it
she
have to
some
know.
people
lead?
don't have boundaries.
What
She
some
know.
people do though.
And if they're your friend and you know that person does not have a boundary, you don't want that person to. I wouldn't, me myself, if you a friend of mine and she do them kind of strips and stuff like that, I really wouldn't want my friend around that. Like my girl, I just wouldn't want that. I would not want my girl to, get all touched up by this friend. I mean, I mean, if
But
she
if you
attracted
didn't
to it,
know
that's
the
what she want.
person, she could go to Tyrone down the streets massage business and let him touch on her.
And
And
Tyrone
Tyrone ain't
could,
sitting on my couch watching the
and yeah,
game
that's
with
it.
me,
And
and she
to
walking
Tyrone,
past,
he
and
can do
she
whatever
walking
he do. I
past,
wouldn't
and
know it.
Tyrone probably thinking, it's shit.
Let me,
No,
and then he started
come
talking about, let
on.
me put you on my
Donna
table
just
again.
she's just talking. She just talking.
You're like, what?
Let that letter came in the penmanship of a female. It would have
So
been a whole
Oh,
different scenario.
Tyrone down the street is
shit.
okay to feel all on her with oil and incense and booty rub, but your
Oh, he
friend
is okay.
can't. But
You
your
cool with
friend can't.
Tyrone doing it?
Hmm?
You cool with
Mhm.
Tyrone doing it?
No, I'm asking you guys. You guys, you
I'm asking you. If if
you
if 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 I had somebody coming to the spot that's gonna take care of me and stuff, and they gonna rub me up, and it's just a massage. Could you deal
and
with it?
my girl had
Unless
a
you was in
massage
love.
business and was very good at it.
You keep
And my girlfriend and my dude
Mhm.
wanted to go to her to get massage. I need to trust him enough to say, well, she's good, babe. Go on and do the thing. Let me know how it was. Why should I tell him he can't go to her because I know the woman? That don't make no sense.
but he probably knows something about the guy. See, we avoiding the fact that that's his friend. Let's look
his
at things. He probably knew something about him.
But we
But let's
don't
say,
know
hold
that.
on, hold on. Okay, and I'm about to tell you that too. Let's say it ain't nothing about him. It's just the fact that do I want to sit? How? Let's put it this way. My girl's uh friend just got finished giving me this massage the other day. I mean, it was out this world. And good thing I had to roll over on my stomach because I was about to swell. Right?
Right.
Mm.
Okay. Just consensual. Okay. Now she over at the house all the time wearing them little shorts and everything or whatever. I might feel a little. I might. And the only reason I might feel comfortable because I might catch myself looking, thinking about that. I mean, it's just a way of preventing. It's just, you got to think about. We get so. I think the morality and the morals of a relationship is so shot right now. That kind of thing, because it wouldn't even have been a. That wouldn't. I know for me, that wouldn't even been one of my options. It
it
wouldn't
wouldn't
even
have been
been
a
my option.
question. Yeah,
It wouldn't have been my
it wouldn't have
option.
been a question.
That's right, because I don't even want nobody, even nothing happen. To I don't want to leave a crack for the sense of wonder if
That's
or
just like
how
saying
did whatever.
somebody's in the middle of your relationship and they're causing damage and havoc to your happiness. Do you really want to deal with that?
Nope.
So the problem would be she's doing something outside of that covenant between those two people because he doesn't feel comfortable with it because he knows his best friend. Hey, I know this guy's my best friend, but I ain't having him hang out with my wife half naked. I know him.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
just changed. He's a preacher now. No. I know this guy.
Just not give it to him. Yeah.
I don't care if
Just
he's
give
a
them that.
preacher.
You know, ain't that a part of the relationship, give and take?
But you know, it's women quick to say, "Oh, I know how them women get down. You don't need to be over there around them women. I know how they eat." But let you said there's justification that gonna come behind it.
Right. Yeah.
But ain't
Cut
it
it
give and
out.
take though? It's the relationships a give and take. And if you asking this person to give you this, it shouldn't even. Why are you going through this whole process when you know once you get on that man's table, once that man rub you down, you gonna go through. You know, depending on the man, some men might be mad at you for a month behind that. You just disrespected your whole situation for a massage.
And she may go home and ride her man like she ain't never rode him
Oh
before.
Yeah, no, don't come riding me because
He
you
don't.
get
Yeah,
tweaking
he
off
don't
some
want you
other
riding him.
dude.
Then don't be
Don't
smart.
you dare. Don't
You
you
don't
dare
want that.
come
You don't
with
want
some
that.
salt. But see, my thing is like, well, I heard he give good massages, and especially if friends or other people, you don't know what all they say. Oh, he give good massages. And girl, he had my body feeling. So she could be laying up there thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this good massage. And at some point, I wonder if he got that touch like they be saying. I mean,
Hey, but once she
allow
come home and
It's
ride
just
you,
for the
a
possibility?
massage.
no.
Oh,
But why would
stop
she
it,
come home and
Donna. You
ride the
know
hell
how
out of
much
me?
massages have been. So let's say, so it's just a massage. Can we say this? There's never been a conflict in a relationship between the client, the person that they're with, and a massage, the masseuse.
Hmm.
Can we say that?
We don't
It's
know.
just a massage.
We don't know.
No. Are we to say that there's never been no interruption or a triangle relationship
We don't
that
know.
involved? No, listen, you saying in
What
reality,
you mean you don't know?
in reality, there has not been no recording or report or whatever of any relationship, triangle relationship that involved the masseuse.
We don't know.
That's what
Oh,
the
you
whole.
need
That's
to
what the whole
stop.
massage
You
parlor
need
is
to
all about.
stop. You need to
The
stop,
happy
Donna.
ending. Where
We
did the
don't
Stop,
happy
know.
Donna.
ending come from? That's
You
the
saying
You
massage world.
guys are going on assumptions,
no, Donna,
not
that's a
I
fact.
facts.
tell you what.
There is
I
a
tell
Not
you
fact.
what. I
facts.
wouldn't want to
Donna,
be
it
that
is a
dude.
fact that there are
No,
relationships
lay the
where,
facts on the table. Prove
oh,
it.
well, you want me to get it for you? Let
Yes.
me see. I might can Google how many
Yes.
relationships,
Yes.
triangle in behavioral, and trust me, you know you heard about them too. Stop it.
I ain't heard
Stop
about
it.
no.
You ain't naive like
I
that.
ain't
I
heard,
know.
and it's not naive. It's just I
Let's
ain't heard it.
let's
And
let's see
until
what
it can be
Well, she
statistically
ain't never
proven,
heard of it. Don't
I'm
get
not
mad at
gonna
her.
agree with you.
Don't get mad at her, man. She full of
Oh,
the bull
just
crap.
let you. I go
just
by facts. Facts.
no.
What
Well,
you mean you don't know
here's
about fact? You ain't never heard a happy ending?
Donna.
Are
Here's
you
a fact for you. Here's a fact for you. A man and a woman having a relationship, right?
Right.
And the woman wants to go out and step out on that man and get naked in front of another man that he knows. She's getting naked in front of that other man that he knows. So you're saying that she's not going to want to do something, or he's not going to want to do something to her?
It's mind over matter.
Donna, you missing the point. They're human.
It's because she's
No,
naked.
wait a minute. They're
That
human.
don't mean he want to lay
Yes,
her.
but Donna,
Jeffrey
they're
Osborne.
human.
Jeffrey Osborne.
Yeah, we're human. I get that.
Okay, so men are attracted to women, women are attracted to men. But then you got some women that are attracted to women, and some men are attracted to men. But in this case, I know this guy's attracted to women.
Okay. So what you saying?
He just asked her.
You're attracted to women, right, Cordell?
Yes,
and you go over to your partner's house often. Y'all watch the game, right? He has a beautiful, fine woman that lives with him.
Okay.
She comes in all the time and offer you beer and this and that, and she's sashaying through there. She fine as heck. You may go through your mind for a minute. Damn, ooh, that girl, she is. But that's my partner's girl, and you dismiss that. It's mind over matter.
No,
You're
because
not
see,
saying,
you went to a part where you say,
yeah,
"Ooh, she
yeah,
looking this way," but
yeah.
that's
You
my girl. We
human.
don't even stop, Donna. I don't even
You
look at my
human.
Donna. See, stop. As a
You
man,
human.
Donna, stop. As a
Donna,
You
man,
human.
you know it. You know what?
she know it.
How
She
can
know
you
it.
sit up and
She know
say
it. She
you
know it.
human? Your
I don't look.
partner
I've never looked at my
your
friends.
partner got
You
a
done?
I've
fine
never looked at
ass
my.
Y'all
woman.
blind?
Just because
Donna,
you
No,
acknowledge that she's
the
fine,
way Donna just put it. Ooh,
No,
look
but
at
seriously,
that right there.
we were
I
going to
said
five,
in your mind.
and he like had like
No,
4,
not even in my
and I had
mind.
0. So I was like, oh damn it.
I can
The,
I gotta
say,
come
oh,
back.
he got a fine wife. Yeah, he got a fine girl. She look nice. But she walking by, I don't go in my mind, ooh, damn, she look good and all.
you
I don't
cannot
do
say
that.
that,
I
John.
don't. Yes, I
Some
can,
men
because
may
it's
get a
me.
Woody.
We ain't talking about some men. We talking
Some
about
men
me.
may get a Woody
Okay.
looking at her
Okay. Well,
booty.
okay. And some
But
massage
he's not
therapist
going
has
to
been the reason
overstep
for
the
divorce.
line.
Some massage therapists have been the reason for divorce. So since you want to say some
No, I
men,
don't
since
believe
you
that.
want to say something, then I don't believe that
I
some
don't
men do that.
believe that.
Then I don't believe that some men do that.
well,
Some men can.
here's my
Men are
recommendation.
very visual, and
Oh,
sometimes they.
women,
Well,
I
women
don't
is more
care if it's
visual.
your friend's
Women are
woman or
too. They
not.
see muscles,
Women
they
are
get
more
hot.
visual. Women are more visual than men.
Women are
They more
visual too.
vain.
And I'm not
Women way
saying
more
that a
vain.
woman don't have the thought that, damn, her dude is heck of, but you don't act on that. You don't try to go
There's
after
a whole
that.
bunch of people that
You
act
don't
on
try
it.
to sleep
Women
on
and
that.
men.
You human. People recognize beauty and attractiveness all the time.
Donna,
So what does that mean?
would
Donna,
you
you
say,
be going to the left a little bit.
yeah.
What
Let's-
does that
let's-
mean? Think
let's-
outside the
Let's
box.
get back to the topic at hand.
Think outside
It's
the
just-
box.
It's his
Stop
friend, right?
staying in the box. Think
Wait a minute.
outside
It's
the
his,
box.
Okay,
it's his
since you
friend,
want to be
right?
out the box.
We're gonna put it back in the box. He's a masseuse, right?
Y'all is a mess. Think outside the box.
No. We're going by the parameters of the email, right?
You mean to tell me if your partner had a fine woman?
Donna, this ain't our
You-
box. It's the
Oh,
ladies.
come on now.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Donna,
I
ladies,
This is her
understand
box
what
and
it
her
is.
man's
I'm the
box.
one
Let me
that brought it
finish.
to the
Let
table.
me-
I
The
know
man
what it
said
is.
no. He said he
But-
does not want her getting touched like
Cordell,
that.
it's no
Respect is with you.
disrespect. It's
Yeah.
just that when truth avails, people
Yeah.
always go step on it.
The man says,
Just like a woman, though.
the
She
man
wants
Exactly,
says
stereotypes.
that
exactly.
he
That's
don't
just like a
want
woman.
that. He's not
Just like a
good with
woman.
that. I
Having the
get it.
stereotypes, John.
If he's not good with that and don't want that, you have to respect one another's wishes in your relationship.
Oh boy.
I get it.
I don't want
I'm
that man
just trying
saying
to
he
think
just don't want
outside the box.
somebody that he knows, because there's some dudes. I remember a situation where, I was at I was getting my house redone. And a friend of mine, I was married at the time, and my wife's friend, they was like, we gonna hook her up with somebody. And the dude he was a carpenter. Basically, he was a sheetrock guy. He was working for me, right? And he said, "Oh, I went on the date. He took the lady a box of wine. Oh, I took a box of wine." And he came here back to the house and told the whole story how he got some of her goodies. And I was like, "Damn, that's a friend of my wife's. You working at our house, and you telling all this story. I can't take back what he did." But I was like, man, that's hella disrespectful. But I wish I had never even hooked him up with that in the first place. But if this guy know that's what it is, he like, this dude he may say some stuff just to irritate me afterwards. Just respect his wishes and let it go. People know people. Some people don't have no root scruples. Just let it go.
Oh my God.
So she should go find another masseuse to touch on
That's
her.
it. End of discussion. Or get you a
Because
physical therapist
her
that can
dude is
straighten you
not
out.
gifted in that area, so she needs to find a masseuse.
He don't need to be gifted in it. Most people ain't no damn masseuse. That's why it's a skill you get paid for.
I know, but some partners, they do each other. But
you need to let that go.
She's saying he's not good at it, so she needs to go find somebody else. That's all I'm asking, right?
Yeah, but the way she complaining about how it's so
he wants to push
about
the
her
issue.
neck and her back and all that, take her butt to Kaiser. They'll hook up. She can go anywhere else. Stop. She don't have to be that specific.
It's a lot of them that's just disrespectful. That's just disrespectful like that.
Yeah, but we
she ain't gonna be with that dude that long anyway, because she gonna do something like that.
Y'all telling her that she
find somebody else.
She being disrespectful if she does it.
Well, I'm just more saying, just honor your relationship. If he doesn't feel comfortable, just say that. Just like if he wasn't comfortable with her doing anything else, or she wasn't comfortable with him doing something, because I'm quite sure she has some things that she's uncomfortable with that if he was to do or want to do. So just the fact that he's uncomfortable and just you can't respect that. I don't care how good old boy is. He's not the only game in town. Stop playing. And if you so concerned about your neck and your back, you show wrote pretty good with a show neck, back, and arm. So wrote this letter. And you still ain't got that massage from somewhere else. In the meantime, cut it out, Ezekiel.
I got a massage.
I believe you guys are being very judgmental.
I got a massage machine at my house.
How does that judgmental?
Should be giving concrete,
I got a massage machine at my house.
You took the time to write this letter. Have you gotten a massage since your back and your neck and your arm?
Could have had somebody else write it.
I got a massage machine at the crib.
Okay, let's put it this way. Did you get any treatment for that neck, that back, and that arm? Did you?
That's not a masseuse. That's a physical therapist.
Wants to go to this well-known.
That's a physical therapist.
So you're going to wait. So you're waiting for an answer, but you got this in her letter. My neck and my back and my shoulder, my arm, or whatever.
It still hurt.
It still hurt, and she's still waiting.
Yeah, she waiting because she wants some advice before she go do it.
Donna, if you got a bullet in your ass, you gonna wait for somebody to give you.
That's different, John. She ain't been shot yet.
No, she
trying to get shot. She said she ain't been shot yet. She trying to get shot.
Yo,
you guys are being judgmental.
That's not nobody judged her.
I think you should look on both sides of the coin.
Donna, you are a sexist, and you need to stop being a sexist.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna
push you with it. You are a sexist.
Did he say I was a sexist?
Yes, you are. You are totally biased towards women. You get mad. You get mad when men don't do it, but when women do it, it's totally different.
You're totally wrong about that one.
No, you a sexist.
So anyway,
it seems like nothing women do is wrong in your eyes.
No, that's not true. I talk about wrong and right all the time, men and women. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's women out here.
What you say, John? What you say, John? Did you say something, John?
Check out some of my videos on YouTube. I talk about everything.
Videos
on everything.
But you on the show. We don't
talk about everything. But I am very diplomatic, and I do think outside the box. I do.
How can you be diplomatic?
I look at both sides.
Cordell finished what he had to say after you said.
No, I look at both sides of the coin.
Girl.
And in this regard, it's just the massage.
Okay.
All right.
Do you, sister?
I trust my man, and he should trust me too.
Okay. That's bull crap too. I know firsthand you don't.
I trust my man, and he
come home.
And
when you get, and if you really
you don't know nothing.
Who is it? Just say she's just.
Yeah, I know firsthand.
That's what you need to do.
Your
matter of
whole
fact,
friend going out with your man.
Okay,
Do they work the same?
It,
She's
it, it
just a hoe.
he
Business is
just got
business.
what? Hey, quit disrupting the hostess with the mostest thought pattern, please.
I
I
just
ain't
want to
got
know
time
how it
for that mess.
applies. If
You
it
know,
applies, business is business.
but
And
I'm just want to clear
around longer
something.
than
I
Miss
want to clear
Therapy.
something up. First off, I'm not a sexist. Second off, I do look at both sides of the coin. I try to be real from a woman's perspective and also try to insightfully look at it from a male's perspective, but I'm not a man. But I try to, based on experience and stuff like that, look at it, as we are all humans and we've all had life experiences. And this is something that I do, get feedback and talk about topics of real life relationship stuff all the time. So I don't try to beat up one race, one sex. No, just try to there's a lot of issues behind trust. There's a lot of issues behind relationships in your mind. And I don't want nobody else doing this. And I don't want nobody else doing that. There's a certain level of respect. True. And in this case, if her man is really adamant about not wanting her to do that, then that's something she should greatly consider. If she wants to consider how he feels about things too, and vice versa. But I'm just trying to give you guys and the audience a broader scope to really look at this. Just because he may be more or less into just giving great massages, and he has a barrier and a line when it comes to, regardless of, I don't know if he's single, married, if he, cheats. I don't know his rap sheet. But I know his business is this reputable, great masseuse, and she wants a great massage. So she's looking at it in terms of, well, my man knows him. He's good. Perhaps I need to just check this out. And maybe she's not looking at it on a sexual level, or him either.
Maybes. We use it maybes, but we're not talking about, let's get rid of infidelity. Let's just talk about respect and honor to a relationship. And let's be honest. There's a lot of things that both men and women in a relationship, they're not going to agree to, because it will be uncomfortable, even if nothing happened. Some people are still uncomfortable with exes coming around. So how in the world you're going to think that it is not a possibility of someone feeling uncomfortable with someone who is caressing your body?
Yeah, I mean,
And this is a
I'm
person
not
who
saying that it's
you're
unrealistic to
saying,
feel
like you're
uncomfortable.
saying, well, evidently he's this wonderful massage, he's very reputable, but
And that
this
could be
guy,
the case.
and yes, he could have won 1,000 awards, but this guy knows him. This is the relationship that deals with these two. This between this guy and his friend. And nobody can come in, and if he says, because of my relationship, this is what I'm uncomfortable with.
For whatever reason.
It could be whatever. It could just be because I have to hang out with him all the time. It could be whatever. But if he's not comfortable, it's no. And it's the same, because if a woman says she's not comfortable with something, oh, then he's just going to the strip club with his friends. Hell, it's funny, you hear about how all these women then had they bachelorette parties rated, or who told them to cut down the music, but they made sure that the man wasn't gonna have no bachelor party. I mean, we have things
Well,
like
I
that
don't,
because
and that's
they're
a whole nother
uncomfortable.
topic. I don't
They're,
think
no,
that you
but
should be
because they're
trying to stop a
uncomfortable.
bachelor party. Come on now.
But you do, but they wish that because they feel uncomfortable. I'm saying people have different they have different discomforts. We all have different discomforts. Some people they accept. This is why we talk about open relationships. Some people don't, they have a comfortability level with that. Some people don't. But if this guy say, just look, I don't care if it's diverse, and the woman said, no, I'm not comfortable with that, then he should honor that. You're in the relationship. What's more important?
Well, I think that you should respect and honor each other's feelings about something. I'm just trying to get us to look at it on a different scope as well. It doesn't have to be that is leading to a sexual encounter.
We're not saying that though,
It doesn't
Donna.
have to be that they're trying to do things to each other. It's just a massage.
Donna, I'm not saying.
That's just my thought. I listened to you.
Let me tell you.
I listened to you. I
know,
listened to your
but
thought.
I
That's
told you
just my
earlier.
thought.
Let me tell you from a man's perspective, because I can't tell you from some idea about a woman's perspective, or even from my experience dealing with women, because
Right.
the experience is limited. The experience is limited.
Right.
But to say, as for a man, for me, I'm not thinking about any sexual encounter. Let's just say I'm not thinking about none of that. I'm thinking the fact that his physical hands are on you. I ain't thinking about sex. I'm thinking about the physical, sensual contact. Bottom line.
Okay, so
Don't,
just
everything
the fact,
don't always have to be sex.
just the fact that the hands are on.
The fact that he's looking, your body is exposed. Let me tell you, when we're in the room together, now if you with a doctor or you somewhere else or whatever, somebody I don't know, that's different. But you know, our bodies is sacred to one another. That's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he may feel at that point that part of the boundary is being crossed. So he just don't want her body to be revealed to nobody else. It's just like when a man or a woman tells a man to dress a certain way because they don't like how it reveals to other people. It could just be simple clothing.
So what about if you go to a beach party and she got on a bikini?
Donna,
I'm just asking the question, John. Just asking the question.
Because that's a bikini. We had a beach party. I got on some god dog shorts. I ain't got no shirt on, nothing else. But ain't nobody, but I'm not butt naked in a private room with somebody that you kick it with or what have you, and they're rubbing on my body. Stop it. Stop.
So they not rubbing on your body. But they looking at it, but they not rubbing on it.
Hey, what they looking at? You can't always say, I can't say they were looking a certain way or not, because I don't know what's in the person's mind. But we're not going there. It's the simple fact of you exposing your body to someone that I'm gonna be with, that I'm hanging with.
Well, I'm a cosmetologist.
As a man.
Listen, I'm a cosmetologist. And Ben, would you sit down somewhere for a minute? I'm a cosmetologist. And back in the day, when I was doing hair in the salon, there's scalp massages in certain way. You do scalp manipulation, you do facials, you do bikini. Listen, you do bikini waxes.
For who?
A lot
how
of
many man bikini waxes have you done?
No, I'm just listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying in that type of trade, you do those type of things, men or women. I worked with men cosmetologists too, and they did that. So is that wrong,
Donna?
No, I'm asking.
When does that have to?
It's not even a comparison.
Cosmetology and massage is two different things.
Listen, there's men who get bikini waxes too.
But I'm not saying that. I'm asking.
So if a man came to me and wanted me to wax his private area in the salon, I'm supposed to turn down that service?
You're the person supplying the service. You were talking about, okay, let's say
that's not even a cosmetology thing.
I'm going
yes,
to
it is. Excuse me. Yes, it is.
That's not a cosmetologist.
No, waxing. Ben, you don't know what you're talking about. Waxing is a cosmetology thing. You can go into esthetician and learn and do specifically facials and stuff like that. But in cosmetology, 1,600 hours and going to the state board, you learn everything.
So you saying waxing, people's clothes off,
facial,
and waxing. I ain't talking about your face, your goodies. They wax your goodies. Y'all take people's clothes
I'm
off
saying
and
this,
put the
Donna.
wax on their genitals.
We do
I ain't
all
heard of
that.
no
We have
beautician
to
doing
learn
that.
all that. You could be at the state board and they will ask you with your model that you bring to do a wax. You don't know what they're gonna ask you to do.
So I
And
tell
it's
my
common
woman,
for men to get a wax.
I'm gonna go to your
You
friend who's a
can wax it.
cosmetologist. I tell my woman, I'm gonna go to your friend who's a cosmetologist, and I'm gonna have her scrape everything off around there. I want a ball
And
fix
that's
and
what
this
she
and that.
do.
And
So
she
if
tell
Yeah,
me,
I want
hold
some
on,
that's what
Donna,
waxing.
she do.
hold on. And then she tells me, well, I don't want you to go to her.
Why would she
Cause
tell you that?
hold on, Donna, because she's uncomfortable, just like oh boy. See, we reversing the thing.
Why though? What is going
Wait,
on?
hold on. You look at
Cause
both.
that's your
I
friend.
thought you look at both sides. I thought you being diplomatic
I
about
am
this.
being diplomatic, but what's
Okay,
wrong with
so
that?
okay, what's wrong with what? She decides she's gonna be
What's wrong?
uncomfortable
Why is she telling
because
you where
she's
you
gonna.
can and can't go to get your wax?
Oh boy,
Cause she don't
Donna,
want your friend to see your
you
mic.
need to go to the next
She
question.
know your mic is amazing and your mic is a checker, and
Oh
she
my
don't want her
God.
friend
I'm getting
talking
ready to
about your
move to the
mic.
next one before I end this show
Yeah.
because y'all on my
The hell?
nerves tonight. Y'all all on
Mm-mm.
my nerves, not except
Why do you
Cordell.
want
Mm-mm.
somebody to
Cordell,
agree
the
with
only
this?
one that knows how to,
I got
you
a
know.
No,
question.
he does.
Oh, you cut
Here
him
you
off.
go.
You didn't let
I
him
got a
finish.
question.
Okay, Cordell, bring
This is
it.
cancer.
Bring the table talk heat.
Wow.
This is real. This is a true story.
Is it a question or a story?
Well, it's a story, but it relates, okay? It relates.
Okay.
Back in the day, let's say it was around 2001.
Okay.
I had somebody call me to do a photo shoot.
Okay.
Okay? And this was a intimate photo shoot. The person I was taking the pictures of was a girlfriend of my wife's.
Okay.
Okay. Now, supposedly, she was going to take these pictures and give them to her boyfriend.
Okay.
Now, even though I'm a photographer, I'm good at what I do in this business, should I have proceeded with the photo shoot and disrespected my wife, knowing that that's her girl? Or should I have said, hey, I know somebody else that could do your shoot for you?
Did she get permission from your wife to actually
Oh
do
my
this?
Oh,
God.
Donna, listen to me.
John, stop being
No,
judgmental
wait
and
a
let
I'm
me
minute.
listening. I'm
Donna,
not being
Donna,
did
judgmental.
she
I'm
okay,
listening to
Donna,
Cordell.
did she I'm just
listen.
asking, did she get permission from your wife?
My wife wasn't taking the pictures. I'm taking the pictures.
Exactly.
My wife had nothing to do with her.
They were just
I have
friends.
some. Listen. I have something to do with the photo shoot. So it's up to me to determine. Hey, you know what? What I could do this and ruin my marriage, or I could recommend somebody else to do it and don't have to be bothered with it. So it could be one or two things. Either I do it and I cause a problem, or I don't do the job and I get somebody else to do it to save face with everybody. My wife, her and her girl, and everything. So what I'm saying is this. What you're saying is, what should we do for this couple, right?
What
The
advice?
the thing is, she should have honor her husband or her man and say, hey, I'm gonna get somebody else. Okay? Case closed.
Okay. I get
And
that.
John, that's what you've been saying.
And back to your situation that you said intimate photos. That was intimate photos with her being in the nude and all that, right?
Some would have been in the nude, some would have been in nightwear, but still yet body parts would have been exposed.
And your wife never knew of this. It was just your own personal
Right.
talking to.
Right.
But you figured if your wife did find out after the fact, it would hurt her. It would hurt her that you did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, it's the same process of thought, but it's a different action. Even though we're talking about a massage, I'm still doing an act to gain either business or not, but it's still a friend. You want to maintain your friendship with that friend or not? Do you want to keep that relationship with your wife or not? You could always find another client. You can't always get another friend. You can't always get another wife.
That's true. But do you think in that scenario, yours, that it would have been, was it a thought to maybe bring it up to your wife?
No.
And
Why did he have to bring it up to his wife?
I'm asking a question, Ben. I'm asking a question.
No, but Donna, it's a certain level of respect that you
would
have.
you wait? I will give you your turn. I'm asking a question. Did you have a thought in the process? You said no, to bring it up to your wife. Why? What I want to know is, why was that? Why didn't you have a thought to bring that up to your wife?
Because for me, there was a certain respect and certain morals that I had for me that I didn't do. So could I have? Yeah, I could have. You probably would have made her say, well, you can't do that one.
Okay.
You know, you can't do that.
Well, what if you would have asked her and it would have messed her relationship up with that friend?
Yeah, it could have.
How would you have felt some way?
I would have felt bad.
Yep. Certain things you just say no, thank you, because your morals. You don't have to ask your wife and go check with nobody.
I didn't say ask his wife. I said, did he think to bring up the situation to his wife? I wouldn't bring that up
to my wife.
I just asked the question, and I'm quite sure the audience is asking that too. Is that something that you may have thought about doing, just to say, what if your wife would have said, well, dear, shit.
God.
We need the money right now. Why don't you just go?
I don't want to see her hoo-ha. I don't want to see that lady naked like that and gotta go sit barbecue dinner.
Or maybe your wife would have said, well, okay, I want to be there when you're doing it. Let me sit and watch the shoot.
Oh my goodness. So what my wife trying to do?
You know, I didn't even want to go down the road.
Okay, I get it. I respect that.
Sometimes I just wanted to kind of open up a can.
I just wanted to kind of find out.
Hey, Cordell, I appreciate you having that level of respect for your relationship.
Exactly.
I wonder if that woman had the same level of respect for you. That's what I would ask.
The question should have been that. You know, because you really, when you're in those situations, the first thought is that, hey, I can make a quick $500. And then the second thought is is the money really worth it? You know, I gotta shoot these pictures, edit these pictures, print these pictures, and see this person in this way, and then see them again. But I'm close to this person, and this person is close to my wife. Now, what kind of conversation are them two going to have regarding this act that I could have prevented early on, but I took the onus to say, I'll forget her. I'm just going to do it. That would have caused a big problem.
Yeah, and thinking outside the box with that, yes, that definitely probably would have it in a lot of ways. It would have been a domino effect, especially if she hadn't been for it. Now, if your wife would have been for it, probably would have been all gravy, all about the ching chang. I mean, I don't know. But it could come back to bite you later, because it could be questions. If she wasn't there, did you get turned on? And did you want to do this with her? And did you, you know, it could be those type of things, you know, that could come up. maybe later.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if it's a business thing, if it's about the money, if it's what you got to do, and you know, I mean, me personally, I probably would have said, well, shit, I want to be there. Let me see. I would have probably just sat in the chair in the corner, watch you do your magic with your camera.
He got
Yeah.
enough sense to know that certain things ain't worth the money. Just like the brother said, we not Neanderthals. We have, you know, it seems to me that women always feel like men can't control themselves.
I didn't
And
say
then when a
that.
man
Who
proves to
said
you
that?
that he can control this, what you're questioning. You know, if
I
I
didn't
was in
say
a
that.
meeting,
You
if
didn't
I
hear
was
that
in a
come out of
meeting,
my mouth.
no, listen to what I'm saying. If I was in a meeting, in a men's meeting with a mixed company, I would have really gave you the business. Because I would have told you, why do you keep asking them like that? We're men, we have feelings, we know how to handle ourselves. Why
What
are you being so
What
disrespectful?
are you talking about, Ben?
I'm talking about your questioning and the way you keep questioning him.
It's nothing
Like
wrong
his
with it's
wife or
nothing
somebody
wrong
else
with
has
my
a
questioning.
disrespectful.
It's nothing
It
wrong.
is something
It's
wrong.
nothing
The
wrong
man
with
has said it a number of
excuse me.
times.
Excuse me.
This woman,
Ex
I would not do that. I
Benjamin
have
Smith.
morals
Can
and
I ask
ethics.
you to tone
And
it
you still
down, please?
asking.
Can I ask you to tone it down? There's
But
nothing
that's
wrong.
disrespectful,
There's
Don. Just like
nothing
you telling us
wrong with
certain
my
things.
questioning. I
That's still
run a
disrespectful.
show
You're
and I
saying he
ask
can't control him.
questions. Excuse me, my viewing audience and everyone who is watching the show tonight. Sometimes we do have some disagreements, and sometimes things are communicated in a very gruff way. I want to remind you that it's not about differences of opinion, because that's what we're going to have, but it's respecting how one another feel and think about something. This is not a boxing match. This is not a let me gut punch each other. That's not what this show is about. This show is about grown, honest, respectful table talk topics, and to respect how one another feels.
You just
Now,
asked this man.
excuse me,
Donna,
Ben.
let me speak. Why you can't let me
Excuse
say
me,
nothing?
Ben.
You just asked this man like his wife was his mama.
Excuse me, Ben.
His mama? Oh, did you ask your wife? What? That's not his mama.
Okay. I'm so sorry, you guys. So anyway, that was a great topic. It was very, very stimulating, very interesting. And it's always good to know how everyone feels. Cordell, I want to thank you for sharing that personal,
No problem.
scenario in your situation in your life. And John, nobody is dismissing or disregarding your opinions and how you feel. And hopefully mine is not either. But this is what we do. And because we're running out of time and I'm not able to go into my other questions, I will resume back next week with that. And let me see when that will be. That will be Sunday the 9th. Let me just make sure. I don't think there's nothing going on the 9th on Sunday. No. Okay. Sunday the 9th. We're going to be back here with some grown folk table talk. And I want you guys to know that respectfully, I do appreciate everyone that comes on the show, that views the show, that is interested in hearing some of these debateful type of topics and conversation. You guys are the bomb. I'm telling you, it makes this thing go. And I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not even mad at Ben. He just has to be muted sometime because he be doing a little too much, y'all. For real, though. But thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to see you guys next
I
week.
be doing too much. Wow.
I'll see you guys next week.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Bye.